The first thing I want to tell in my number two is that your job is to be the emotional manager of the company. So if you're my number two, what I'm asking you to do is I need you to understand that people that work for you must be happy, whether they're good or not. You have to be good. So even if I have somebody that is not performing, you're still supposed to keep that person generally happy and excited about coming to work. But the point I'm trying to make is that your job is to be the emotional manager of the team. The emotions of the team are in direct correlation to how you behave. So that's the number one thing. If you do that, then the next thing you can have permission to do, because without the first part, you don't have buy-in. With the permission it gives you when you have buy-in and you're a good emotional manager, and you can teach them the basics. So now it's super simple. The basics are just doing the things that make us money, the things that actually result in a successful shop. I have a video on that, the 5 basic things, which are, you can go look that up. I'm not going to go through it, but it's, speed, saying yes, etc. So now let's just keep it super simple. If you're a good emotional manager, then people are bought in irrespective of their skill set. Because if they suck and they can't perform, you can get rid of them, but they cannot be unhappy. We actually don't even leave people on bad note. Even if they suck, it's fine. You can't work here. I love you. You just can't work here. Never get people to be upset or disappointed with the leadership. You keep yourself accountable. Okay. Emotional manager, you're a good leader. You can sell the vision. You can get people to buy in. Combined with the basics. The basics are very easily laid out, what we do and what we don't. You do basics, it's going to be 90% of your business is good. Okay? So good emotions plus basics equals numbers, equals happy customers. That's it, right? Take care of your team, make sure they're happy, make sure they're doing the basics, and the numbers will be there. I promise you guys it works every single time. It's not that hard. That's all I expect out of my number two. If you do the basics, if you do the emotions and you do the basics, you will have the numbers. And the last piece of advice, don't suck up to me. Right? Don't suck up to me ever, right? Like, I actually prefer that you disagree. All my number twos are the guys that disagree with me the most. All we do is argue, man. All we do is argue. And it's not like unproductive. Like, it's usually them challenging me, right? Let me give you guys a tip. If you don't challenge somebody, if you're number two, you are just, you're replaceable, right? If you can't challenge your boss, you're replaceable. You're afraid. That's why you're sucking up. That's why you're not challenging. When you can challenge your boss, that means, you know what? He can't fire you. She can't fire you because you disagree with them, and they're still going to keep you because of what you do and who you are. Right? So you should challenge the person that you answer to, and that's really it. I mean, that's the biggest thing. So, and I love when people challenge me because that's when innovation happens. I don't have always the best ideas. Matter of fact, half the best ideas or more in this company don't come from Zane; they come from the team. And I veto them, or if I argue them and they still win, that means that they are onto something, right? As owners, what should you do as you get number twos and number threes? The best piece of advice I was ever given is do the unscalable. And I think that's really unpopular, to do the things that are unscalable. And I'll give you an example. I still do one-on-ones with everybody in the company. We're a little over 40 people, so it's not that many people, but I still get to do one-on-ones with the entire team. Some of those one-on-ones are 10 minutes long, but I do once a month. Every freaking guy in the company has to spend some time with me one-on-one. The reason I do that is I can go behind my managers, my number twos and threes, and I can see what the heck's actually going on. And my one-on-ones, I can make a separate video about that, but my one-on-ones are just basically about themselves as a person. Hey, how are you doing? Are you moving the needle? Is there anything I can do for you? How's so-and-so? How's his leadership? How's the shop run? Do you think anything we can do better? Anything you think I should do better? Right? I'm looking for negative feedback. I want people to tell me what I'm doing wrong, what my leaders are doing wrong. I'm interested. And the more frequently I can get that, the better it is. And pretty soon you'll start seeing some themes. If you got 5 people in one shop say something about someone that's similar, you probably have a real problem that you need to put out. Wherever there's smoke, there's fire. One to many, once a week. I do that once a week. So once a week, minimum. Actually, the God honest truth is I do one to many probably once a day, and sometimes multiple times a day. And I have district manager and I have store managers. And, I think that it's silly. If you're under $5 million and you think you can just step back and let your company just run, I'm sorry, but you're probably not going to grow. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what to talk about, but you got to get in front of your people. In our company, probably 6 to 7 to 10 one-to-manys in this office I have, and I'll get guys come from all the shops and sit here, and it's a smaller meeting. It's me versus 6 people, max 7, 8, and I will do that about 5 to 6 times a week. So I go through the entire staff when I do one-to-many, and usually in 2 weeks, there'll be some repeat, but in 2 weeks, I'll probably go over the whole company, and I'll train them one-to-many. Do the unscalable, and you will be able to do things that your competition can't do, right? Because no one's doing that. And no one's doing that. And honestly, you could do that 2 hours a day, and that'll be the best thing you've ever done. As owners, the best ROI we get is spending time training our teams, right? It's spending time training. Let the ops guy, my number twos, they're going out there, they're running the shops, they're actually running the thing going. I'm the one that's making it better. I'm going behind, as Aaron teaches, and going up the chain and down the chain and up the chain and down the chain. I'm making sure everyone's doing their job. That's how I know my number twos are doing a good job or not. And when they're not, I report it to them. I'll never go in there and do their job for them. I try not to. I get guilty of that sometimes. But I usually will say, hey, so-and-so has this problem at this shop. I need you to go take care of it, see what's going on. If you need my help, let me know. I'll coach you through it. And if you can't do it, then don't be upset when I go behind you and cut your legs off, because I'll tell them that. I say, hey, I don't want to cut your legs off, so take care of it. If you can't take care of it, let me know and I'll make a strategy. But if you don't take care of it, it's not going to sit there broken. It's going to get fixed. And we do our surveys every couple months where everybody reads everybody in the entire company. I think it's very important that as owners, you realize these people work for you. They don't work for your manager. They signed up to work for you. They work because of your reputation as a leader. And when your managers screw up, it's your reputation going down the drain, right? So you got to do your job going behind them. And again, you know my thoughts on not going to your shops completely. And if you're not doing that, you should have very strong leaders that are doing everything that I just described. Anyway, I'm not going on a rant. I hope that's helpful. Make things very simple for yourself and your manager. The manager is responsible for basics and emotions, which is going to give you your numbers and customer happiness. Never suck up. If you're a number two, as an owner, do the unscalable, do one-on-ones once a month, one-to-manys once a week minimum, if not multiple times a week, and do the unscalable things that will grow your business into a level that your competition won't. Go behind your people to make sure that your leaders are doing their jobs constantly. As long as you can do that, you can keep stepping away. Hope that helps.